Hello, beloveds. Welcome to this new moon oracle reading. I am Miramai and I am here in Bali. So today we're really focusing in on all of this new energy, new beginnings. Even one of the Mayan calendars says that today is the day outside of time. It's the beginning of a brand new cycle is one way that we could say it. And even just leading up to this new moon, it's had this quality about it that's been different. And I'd be very curious to hear what everyone else's experience has been. So feel free to drop in the comments and let me know, what has it been like for you? And as always, I welcome you to really receive from this message all of the coding that is here to create realization and revelation in your own journey, and to essentially magnify the signs and synchronicities that are guiding you into making the most of this time during this lunar phase. So we go ahead and call forth the highest truth of light to bring forth all of the wisdom and the teachings that are here to ignite our heart and our intuition, so that we are able to be guided into alignment, live in alignment, take right action, have right relationship, calling that forth into our life, and calling on the guardians and the angels, the beings of the living light that work with us individually and collectively to ensure the awakening and the unification of humanity, and so be it. Feels so curious being here in Bali and doing this. It just feels like, wow, what can happen? What will these readings be like here on this land? And you're probably also aware of the sounds of the traffic, the scooters here in Ubud. It's everywhere. If you don't hear scooters, then you're probably a good bit away from town. Or it's not during those traffic hours. So, all right. Well, we just had a card pop out. We have the Earth card here as our theme, and it came out upside down. This is with the number 17. So this new moon, for me, like immediately what I get is how connected are you and insured are you with the intelligence in your body and your connection with nature. So this card represents the gift of life. It's the symbol that refers to the body of the planet of the earth, the human body, and nature herself. And we're reminded by this symbol that all creatures are born of the earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. Do you feel ungrounded or easily thrown off your path lately? And if so, it's time to focus on what nurtures you, to open yourself to the healing of Mother Earth and see the abundant world around you. Perhaps you have lost the ability to trust that your needs will be met and have fallen prey to poverty consciousness. Perhaps you have not been eating well, been overworked and stressed, and forgotten to breathe in the beauty of your surroundings. When the spirit of the earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice self-care, take a walk in nature, and focus on the consciousness of abundance, miracles can and do happen. So we've recently had these really massive celestial shifts. We've had Uranus go into Gemini, we had Saturn go retrograde, we had Neptune go retrograde, and I think we have like 6 planets retrograde right now. We had Mercury go retrograde. All of this happened in the last week. And my observation has been that it's felt like a bit unhinged, a bit like just clunky, and maybe a little bit difficult to find where the flow is, because it's almost like there's been a merging of multiple different energies. Some have been like tied in knots. And essentially it's that they've always been tied in knots, is that is amplified right now. And the gift in it being amplified is that we can create a more detailed relationship with that, which helps us to separate and untie where things have been bound together in a way that's been unnatural. So boundaries have been a huge thing here. And when I received this card, what I really sense is so much of what was said of like needing to connect back to the body and to the earth and check in with your routines, and like, are you doing the things that are really honoring and purifying your body so that you can maintain healthy relationship with life. And so many people, including myself to a degree, have gotten a little bit lost in that chaos. And now under this new moon, there should have been a little bit of shift in the last several days that have allowed you to identify more of what these knots are, what has to be worked on to be released, what and why. Your why is what you're planning during the new moon. The why is, I want to create this, so I know that I've identified that this is something that is creating some resistance to getting to that goal. So cleaning out your body right now and being in harmony with the body, healing the body, mineralizing the body, that's something that seems to be really important. Make sure you've got plenty of vitamins, you're getting plenty of sun, you're getting, plenty of air and movement. You're doing all of the things that ensure that you have a balanced, healthy body and connection. And from that, then you will start to grow more of an awareness. And I pull the awakening card here. You'll grow more of an awareness to the awakening that's happening for you, to you. And when there's impurities in the body, then it seems like it's happening to us, against us. So by focusing in, doing the grounding work, doing the purifying, and doing those checks and balances that keep you in right relationship with yourself, will end up allowing you to see that what's occurring for you is the awakening to that realized dream. And it's a greater dream. It's a greater dream than just these initial seeds that are being planted for this new moon. It's so much bigger than that. It's a collective dream that is coming through. And what is happening as this collective dream is starting to wake from its slumber is that you, acting as a part of that greater vision, are starting to come more fully into those roles. But first you have to take off the masks. You have to do all of the clearing processes to realize it's actually not something you become, it's something you've already been. And you've always been. What you're doing is cleaning the untrue self so that the light of the authentic self can be revealed. So I pull this doe card. And when I think of does, I think of one of the great medicine animals in a lot of shamanic folklore. The medicine of many plants can show up as the doe, as a healer. And I think of the doe too, and it's like gentleness and sensitivity. So I'm curious to see what the reference to the doe is in here. And even as I did this reading, like the layout, it's like a little ambiguous. A lot of the time, most of the time, the layout has really specific meaning that comes before I lay the cards out. With this one, it's like I won't get the meaning until after. And that's also a part of this energy. It's living in faith, trust, and intuition that we don't always have to know. And maybe you know that the way knows the way. So this card of the doe is the receptivity, it's the birth, it's the beginning. Hallelujah. Perhaps the greatest of all creatures, the doe moves in silence and serenity. She is at one with the world around her, drinking in each sound, movement, and disturbance, especially those so minuscule they are virtually undetectable to human senses. Her receptive nature enables her to navigate the surrounding environment with precision. If doe energy is present in your reading, you too would be wise to observe, process, and receive. There may be many things in your life that are shifting. A new cycle is being born. A new beginning is emerging. And whatever this fresh start means for you, welcome it with the gentleness and serenity of the doe. It is likely the cycle of death that preceded this moment was an intense and maybe even dark one. Take heed of its necessity, though, especially if the whitetail is also present in the reading, which it's not. I've been speaking of it for a long time, that your intuition is your guardian, it is your protection, it is your direct connection with spirit. And what I get in this is that maybe particularly because of these chaotic energies over the last couple of weeks, you may have gotten a little bit out of tune, and it would be wise to slow down and create a sacred space to listen, to do that in nature specifically, to maybe call on any animal guides, any animal allies that work with you, or maybe you've never done that. Maybe it's something where you do a little bit of some shamanic exploration and calling in some animal spirit guides. This is an excellent time to recognize that maybe what you're looking for is already here. If there's an answer you're searching for, it's probably already here and you've been given some signs, but you're a little too scattered or turned off to some degree. You're taking in too much, and therefore your equilibrium is off, and you're not able to receive and to hear those really soft whispers and simple gestures and beckonings of spirit. So I'm just feeling into the way that the rest of this reading wants to go. There's something about it being simple, that it is really simple. And what we get is the upper world. So this talks about the spiritual realm. This is the unseen. This is the ancestors. This is the saints, the angels, the deities. A lot of upgrades. They need space to integrate, because this is not like times before. What is happening is both preparation, it's just preparation. It's preparation for protection, but also for prosperity, for abundance, for, they're saying like a grander view of the self. And that's not coming from the ego, that's more of capturing the essence of your higher self, which is so amazing and so ethereal that it can be kind of hard for us to bring that all the way down into our mindscape, especially when we tend to be really practical, really 3D, it can be a little hard to have that come all the way through. So, wow, I'm just noticing, look how light my arm is compared to my face. Got a lot of sun the last couple days. This is about being in the last hour of some kind of completion race, if you will. And I'm going to turn to one more set of cards. I was not planning to work with these, but they're asking me to. And when I say they, it's kind of just a way of saying collective consciousness, oversoul, higher self. This card 59, something about this number 59. And prayer. How clean is your prayer? This is the time to be so impeccable with your word. And if you haven't read the Four Agreements, highly, highly recommend that right now. To be impeccable with your word, because your word is a spell. And you either cast life or you bring about death. You bind or you free. So impeccability of word. In the card that I pulled from this deck that I wasn't expecting says, let your heart listen to the call of your soul. It is longing for your attention. You will know your true purpose here on earth at this time of acceleration and evolution. Wow. Yeah, wow, okay. So I'm just going to highlight this and keep it simple. Get outside, get in nature. Call on those elemental animal spirits if that's your thing. Otherwise, just sit in nature and listen. Remove all of the distractions. Remove extra music. Remove TV. Do a little bit of a detox. Clean out your space energetically so that you can drop in and listen. And that you stop seeking to grasp some answer outside and extract it. It's already there for you. And in the awakening, of course, what we're all doing, every single human's purpose on earth is to awaken. And when we awaken, then the specificity of how we can be of service comes online. It occurs naturally. We start to attract circumstances and people that inspire an action. Inspired action is just another way to say the spirit of creation, the spirit of the universe, the spirit of God, spirit of Shakti, whatever you want to align with in those terms. It's inspired. It's something that is transformational, that moves through you, that operates as a force of coherence. And it's very possible, maybe you're experiencing some symptoms too. Maybe it's not just like mental, emotional overwhelm. Maybe you're having some physical stuff going on too, because it is so many upgrades and you're not allowing enough space to integrate it. Now, for those who they have been dropped into this and they have been listening and they are picking up on it, give yourself a lot of credit from where you've come from. So before thinking that you need to go, you have this much further to go, stop and give yourself a pat on the back and go, wow, look at how far I've come. Like, look at where I am from just a week ago. Look at where I am from a month ago. Look at where I am from 6 months, a year ago, 3 months. Really, this year, it's like week by week, you're just a whole new being. And clarify your prayers. What is your prayer? Make it simple, make it clear, let it come from your heart, and listen. Do more listening than speaking. And if you really enjoyed this, I welcome you to like it, subscribe, share, do all of those things. And with you, I send so much love and so much gratitude. And as they say in Balinese, suksma, meaning thank you. And until we meet again, stay pure and keep it simple. Pura vida.